Good morning, students. Continue with the chapter Reflection of Light. We have just studied about this chapter. That is, we have just studied about the concave mirror, the images formation by the concave mirror, the uses of the mirror, and how can we solve the numericals based on the concave mirror. Now, today in this video, we will study about how the convex mirror work. It means the images formation by the convex mirror and the uses of the convex mirror, and finally the numerical based on the convex mirror. As you all know that this is the reflecting surface of the convex mirror. If the reflecting surface is outward, then we will say it is a convex mirror. We can make this mirror by using a compass. Even like in last videos, you make the concave mirror by using the compass, same as you can prepare the convex mirror by using the compass. The center of the compass, the center of the curve, the center through which you make this curve is called the center of curvature. Okay, and what is the f here? At f should be the mid value of this length. Suppose this is 10 centimeter. Suppose the radius of this curve is 10 centimeter, then the focus should be at 5 centimeter. So this is the principal focus. As you should know that what is the principal focus? The rays which are parallel to the principal axis, after reflection from the mirror, we know that it appears to diverge from the point which is called the principal focus. So this is the principal focus and this is the convex mirror. First, we should know what are the rules for obtaining the images by using the convex mirror. Now the first rule, this is a convex mirror. We know that the light ray which is parallel to the principal axis, okay, the light ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection from this mirror, it appears to be diverse from the focus of the mirror. This is the focus of the mirror, and it is appeared that the line which is coming parallel to the principal axis is reflected, or we can say diverse on the path which is meet with the principal focus of the convex mirror. So this is the first rule, and you should always remember this rule. Now the second rule, this is the first rule. You can write here, the line which is parallel to the principal axis is appear to diverge from the point which is called the principal focus after reflection from the mirror. Okay, now the second rule is this. This is a convex mirror. Again, I'm telling you that you can make your mirror by using the compass. It will be really helpful to you for preparing the images, that if you are using a compass, the image will be more accurate as compared to this one. So the second rule is this: if a light ray is coming towards the center of curvature, the light ray can't pass through the mirror because this is the polished surface. You can imagine, if a mirror is polished from this side, the light ray can't penetrate this side, so it can't be reached to the center of curvature. But we can imagine that the light ray which is coming towards the center of curvature, after reflection from this mirror, this is the mirror, and it will reflect this light ray. So the pathway on which this light is reflected is the same. It means the light ray which is coming towards the center of curvature is reflected on its along the same path. Okay, this is the second rule. Okay, what is the reason behind it, that white is white after reflection from the mirror, it go back to along its path? Because we know that this center of curvature is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror, and or as we know that this is the mirror, and if a light ray comes perpendicular to the mirror, it always reflected on its own path. So this is the reason due to which the light ray which is coming towards the center of curvature is reflected along its own path. Now the third rule, which we we don't need to use this rule, but in some images, if you are using this rule, this is correct. This is not an incorrect rule, this is a correct rule. It means you can use this rule also for making the images. Okay, suppose a light ray coming towards the pole of the mirror. As you should know, what is the pole of the mirror? The center of this mirror is called the spherical mirror, the sphere of which this spherical mirror is a part. You know, the part, the aperture, the center of this aperture is called the pole. The light ray which is coming towards the pole, if the light ray is coming towards the pole, it reflected in such a way that the angle of this is equal to angle of this one. It means the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. So we can say the light ray which is coming towards the pole is reflected in the in such a way that the angle between the incident ray and the principal axis is equal to the angle between the reflected ray and the principal axis. So these are the three rules which is enough to which we can use to prepare the images by using the convex mirror. And now we are going to preparing the images by using the convex mirror. There are only two images which we can prepare by using the convex mirror. As you know, we have prepared 6 images by using the concave mirror, but in case of convex mirror there is only 2 images. First, now you can write the heading here: formation of images by a convex mirror. Okay, this is the heading. Now the first case is this. Suppose we put an object at any distance from the mirror. This is a mirror. Now there is no any position like at F, at C, or between F and C, because these all C and F are behind the mirror. So we can't put the object here, because we always look into the mirror, not from behind the mirror. We always here in front of the mirror, so to see the images. So the object can be placed here at any distance from the convex mirror, in between the infinity and the mirror. So suppose in the first case, I am writing here, when an object is between infinity and pole. Okay, this is the position of the object. Again I am telling you, you can use the compass for making this mirror. It will be really much better for you. So this is the center of the mirror. If you are using the compass, this is the center of the curve. So this is the center of curvature. We can say this is the center of curvature, and the mid value will be principal focus. Now suppose the object is here. The position of the object is in between the pole and the infinity. Now what will happen? The ray which will come towards the mirror, which is parallel to the principal axis, as we know, according to the rule, this ray will reflect it on the path which is coming to from the principal focus. It means it is reflected in such a way that it will appear that this light is coming from the principal focus of the convex mirror. Okay, is it clear? Now the second one, this is our first rule, and we are using this rule that the light which is coming to the principal axis is appear to reflect on the path, just like it appear to be deflected from the it is coming from the principal focus. It just appear that it is coming from the principal focus of the convex mirror. Now the second rule is this one: the light ray which is coming towards the center of curvature is reflected on its own path. It is coming towards the center of curvature. It's not reaching toward the it is not reaching to the center of curvature. Right now it can't reach here, because we know that this is a polished surface and the light can't penetrate this polished surface. So if a light ray is coming towards the center of curvature, it's reflected on its own path. Now the light rays appear to be meet here at this point. Now we have started from the head of the object. So the light ray which is meet at the point is also will be the head of the image. So this is, if this is the object AB, so we can say A dash B dash is the image. You can put anywhere in between the infinity and the pole of the mirror. You can put object at any distance from the mirror in between the infinity and the pole. The image will always be appear like this. Okay, now what is the nature of the image? I have told you in last lectures that if the image is like this, means it is upright, it is not inverted, it means it is upright. So we can say this is a erect image. If the image is upright, so you can write the nature of the images. Nature, first one, it is erect. Erect means it is upright. Now second one, this image is always smaller than the object. This is smaller than the object, so we can say the image is smaller. Nature of image, okay, this is the nature of image. Erect is smaller than object. Okay, now the third one is it form always in between the pole and the principal focus. So we can say it is formed in between pole and principal focus. And number one more thing, this is a virtual image. We know that the light rays is not actually meet at the point. It is appear to be meet at this point. So this is not the real image. It will be a virtual image. If the light rays did not actually meet at a point, it means they form the virtual image. So we can say this is virtual. So this is the nature of the image. Okay, when we place the object in between the infinity and the pole. Now the second one is, if we put the object at infinity, what will happen? What type of image is formed if we put the object at infinity? So this is a convex mirror. Again, you can use your compass, and this is the center of curvature, and this is the principal focus. Now if the object is at infinity, it means the rays is coming from the infinity. You know, the rays which is coming from the infinity is always parallel to each other. Like in this type of images, we know that the light rays not coming parallel to each other. Means this light and this light ray is not parallel to each other. But if a object is placed at infinity, it means the light rays coming parallel to each other. So according to NCERT, we can make the images by the convex mirror if a object is placed at infinity. Now this is the light ray which is coming from the infinity. This is the light ray. It is coming from the infinity. Now we know that it appear to reflected from the principal focus. So we can make the image like this or like this. So it means the image is formed at this point, at the focus. So when an object is placed at infinity, okay, I should write here, when an object is at infinity, when object is at infinity, then what will happen? The image is formed at principal focus. So you can write the nature of the images. Nature of image. What type of image is formed? We can say the image is virtual. Since we know that the light rays did not actually meet at a point, this is appear to meet at a point, so we can say the image is virtual. It is erect. We know that virtual image, in case of mirror, the virtual image is always erect. So we can say it is erect and highly diminished. Highly diminished means highly diminished. Highly diminished means if we saw an object, if we can see an object, if we are able to see an object which is as infinity, it means the object is really very large, so that we are able to see that. And the image which is formed at the principal focus is really much smaller than the object. So we can say the image is highly diminished. Diminished means हाईली स्मॉलर, मीन्स बहुत ज़्यादा छोटी है ऑब्जेक्ट से. सो वर्चुअल, इरेक्ट एंड हाईली डिमिनिश. और कहाँ बनती है? इट इज़ एट एफ. So this is the nature of the image formed by the convex lens, convex mirror, when we placed an object at infinity. Okay, these are the images formation. These are the only two images formation by using the convex mirror. And now, what is about the uses of this mirror? Now I'm writing a heading here: uses of convex mirror. The first use of convex mirror. Convex mirror we use as a rear view mirror. So I am writing here convex mirror. I will explain you how why we use this mirror as a rear view mirror. You know what is a rear view mirror? Rear view mirrors, mirrors which we are used in our vehicles, is a rear view mirror. So convex mirror which we are used to look at the object which is behind to us. लाइक आप स्कूटी चलाते हो तो आपके साइड पे जो आप शीशा लगा होता है वो पीछे का देखने के लिए होता है, तो वो रियर व्यू मिरर है. सो कॉन्वेक्स मिरर आर यूज्ड एज रियर व्यू मिरर in vehicle. Okay, this is the first use in vehicles like the car, or it can be truck, it can be your scooty, your buses. So we use a convex mirror as a rear view mirror to see the traffic at the rear side, means the behind you, means it at back side, at your back side, at the rear side. So you should know why we use the convex mirror as a rear view mirror, why we don't use a plane mirror, or why we don't use a concave mirror in place of convex mirror as a rear view mirror. This is very important you use, and you should know then why we use only the convex mirror. You know, in last image formation, you saw that the image is always erect, it is always diminished, means smaller than the object. So if we saw an object by using the convex mirror, it means it formed the smaller object. If a mirror is from the smaller image, it means we can see a large view behind us. By a small mirror, we can see the large view, because the image is formed because the image of the object which is formed by the mirror is so small, so that it can take a large view behind us. This is the first reason. And the second one is this: it always forms the erect image. Anywhere can be the object, but we know that the image will be always erect. So the object which is behind to us is always look erect to us. It always look upright, not inverted. Okay, so these are the two reasons that why we use the convex mirror as a rear view mirror. So you can write the point here why we use the convex mirror as a rear view mirror. First one, it produce an erect image. This is the one reason, you know. That's why you can see the object which is behind to you is always upright, not inverted. And the second reason is why we use the convex mirror as a rear view mirror, that it always form the highly diminished image. You can write here it form. I skip to writing the it form. It form highly diminished, or you can say the smaller image of object due to which a convex mirror gives gives a wide view. Okay, so these are the two reasons, that's why we use the convex mirror as a rear view mirror. Now the second one is this. In the other use of the convex mirror, we use this mirror as shop security mirrors. You have ever seen the mirror which is in the shop, in a site, there should be a in some shops. Now we know that we are using the CCTV, CC camera, etc. Now we are using this type of क्या बोलेंगे, इस तरह की चीज़ें आप यूज़ कर रहे हैं अब. इनिशियली अब क्या था कि कॉन्वेक्स मिरर भी लगाए जाते थे शॉप्स में. तो होता क्या था कि अब सेम रीज़न है कि कॉन्वेक्स मिरर को क्यों यूज़ करते थे फॉर द शॉप सिक्योरिटी मिरर, बिकॉज इट ऑलवेज फॉर्म द erect image, and second one is from the it can gives the wide view. So that's why we use this mirror for as a shop security mirror. So these are the uses of the convex mirror. Now one question from my side is this: you have to write yourself that how can you distinguish distinguish between plane, concave and convex mirror. Now you know about all these mirrors, plane, concave and convex mirror, and what type of images they form, you know. Then how can you distinguish between them without touching them? You know that you can easily find the which type of mirror is this by touching them. If it is outward, it means it is a convex mirror. It is inward, it is the concave mirror. Or if it is plane, it means a plane mirror. But you have to find these type of mirror. You have to distinguish these mirrors without touching them. Convex mirror without touching them. Okay, this is a question from my side, and you have to do yourself this question. In next video I will explain you the sign convention related to the convex mirror and the numerical which we can solve based on the convex mirror. Okay, till then, bye.